Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today let's discuss about a limitation which we face oftenly in Power Apps, that is adding multiple filters to a gallery. So as we all have come across this specific scenario where users or stakeholders will ask us to add multiple drop-downs on top of a gallery, and on select of any of those options, the gallery should filter beneath it. So in that scenario, for example, I'll take a simple example of two combo boxes. When we end up having two combo boxes on top of a gallery, we end up doing a lot of permutation and combination into our gallery items property, correct? So like we'll end up adding three if conditions and checking whether so and so combo box is blank or this combo box is blank, and then we will move further. If it's not blank, we'll move further to different condition by using filter function, right? So similarly, we have if we have more combo boxes, our combinations will end up increasing. For example, if we have three, it will increase to nine, and four to 16, and so on. Right now, what if I tell you I have brought you an easy way to implement this specific functionality with just one filter condition? That's great, right? So let's just explore what this fix is and how we can better simplify and optimize our Power Apps coding standards. So as you can see on my screen, I have around five filters on top of a gallery, correct? Now let's see, I'll go to each one of them one by one. One is for the name I've added. So if you see, it's filtering based on the name, and the title is Advantage Map. And if I select something else, it will stop my condition and it will give no results. And if I go ahead and select Advantage Map, it will give me the results. Similarly, there are multiple other. Now I'll deselect this. I'll select only the title filter. Okay, so it will give me the only the title, right? Similarly, I have for category, org, and quantity. Okay, if I go, let's see the category. So I'm selecting Northwest Territories. I have so many options in this. If I select in organization, so one of it, for example, I'll select the paper. Okay, I have so many options for the paper, right? And it's filtering exactly what as per our functionality, right? Exactly how we need it. Now if you see in the quantity, we have different quantities. I'll select one of it. This is not the part of it, so let's select 8995, since we can see multiple options there. Okay, if you see, it's filtering correctly, right? Now let's see the backend functionality, how I have implemented it, so that you can incorporate this and implement in your projects to reduce your time and also to improve the performance of your applications. It's just straightforward functionality. If you see, it's a simple gallery with headers, and I'm having four boxes on top of it. Okay, now if you see on the combo boxes, I'm just adding a data source, and in the edit fields, I'll go ahead and select those that specific column name. Okay, now let's move ahead to items property. That is the important part where we are adding our logic. So as you can see, as I said you earlier, I'm maintaining this functionality with just one filter condition, which is this, right? So if you see filter, I'm just adding my data source name, and this is my logic to build all the five filters in one. And it is as simple as it is. If you see, what we have to do, we have to select each combo box. Okay, one is we have to make it work whenever it is blank, correct? That is we used to end up checking with if condition, if so and so combo box is blank and so combo box is blank. Instead of that, we can just say is blank, that any one specific combo box of ours first, and we can add or condition, either this, if this condition is satisfying, or we are matching with that specific column name accurately, right? The way we use generally do. Okay, and after this first condition, we can give a comma and go move to the second condition. And here we can say if it is blank, the next combo box, then give the results, or If it is not blank, then match it with title column, right? So the logic is just saying, if it is blank, then give the blank results, even though if it's blank. If it is not blank, then match that specific combo box with the field which you want it to be, which we want it to match with. Correct. Similarly, it is maintaining all different filter conditions, and it is filtering the details accurately. So the formula is as simple as it is, and if you want to use it, I'll give this formula in the description part. You can reuse in your own projects and application development part, so that you can optimize the performance, and also it will be easier for you to reduce your time. Well, hope you guys liked this video and it did help you in creating or building your Power App applications. Thank you so much.